What is up, Cowboys, boys and girls, Cowboys and cowgirls, whatever you want to say? The Star We Are team, the Star We Are Nation, Cowboys Nation. It's your man, Jimmy J's hair. Right next to me, we got your man
Landry's legend.
in the building. We are so ready to get straight to this topic. We're going to do it, coach. We got something else to talk about today. We got to talk about these new hires. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, your new head coach, Brian Schottenheimer.
You talked a little bit about tempo and the importance of that. What are some of the other things that we'll see in this offense next year?
It all starts with the running game. We got to get the running game where, we're very comfortable with it. There's marriage things in terms of when you run the football well, how do you tie that together with your action passing game? What's difficult about that is obviously it makes it incredibly difficult on the linebackers and the safeties that are down in the box trying to stop or commit to the run to cover the routes that are ripping in deep behind them and things like that. So I think the marriaging of that will be really good. And then again, the tempo, you brought it, there'll be different tempo variations. It's something that when I was here as a consultant with Kellen, that Dak was very comfortable with, very good with. We did it, with Mike when I was here. But there's a few more things that we'll add that I'm excited to put on film.
And you are going to be calling plays?
I will.
I will. Okay, and I'll tell you what we will, is we will toast to the topic. Coach, I'm not sure if you got your drink ready. Before we get into this, let's toast to the topic.
Oh,
So cheers,
I've
Cowboys
got it.
Nation. Yep.
Absolutely.
Go. So,
3 new major head coach, or the coaching changes. Head coach, defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator. That's an overhaul.
let's do it. Toast to the topic. It's an overhaul. We're gonna get right into it. Ooh, shoddy. Okay. So we got to talk about what we do know and don't know. First off, let's talk about philosophy. We want to run the ball, get back to play action. I said it as soon as we signed him, as soon as we hired him, you might get play action Dak back. That's a good thing. We'll take a look at
I
his
heard
past
tempo.
here. Tempo's a lovely thing. You got to play with tempo. Wide receivers, running backs, the offensive line, everybody likes to play with a little pace. When you get stagnant and stalled out, tempo's not there, no rhythm, no good.
Okay, I'll
So
bring this up.
let's
We'll take a look at his previous experience here. He's got over 28 years of coaching experience. This is the past 5 jobs that he had his past decade or so to look at. What do you see?
So I'm not going to go back to Colts quarterback coach. I know that in 2016 that was Andrew Luck. But when you're with Andrew Luck for 1 year and then they move you and they get something else for Andrew Luck, that I don't know if that says any good things or bad thing. With the Seahawks, from 2018 to 2020, they had the 17th or 18th ranked offense, and then the 8th in 19, and then the 17th in 2020. So I'm not sure if that's saying much. It looks like his second year, maybe when his system got established, they were pretty good. They creeped into the top 10. Like I said, they finished 8th overall offensively. So that's not bad. And then looking back at this list, he's basically been with us since then, right? One top 10 offense in Seattle. And then, of course, he's been with us, and so our offenses have been pretty good with Dak and with Mike, and even before that with Kellen Moore. Scale of 1 to 10, how we feeling comfort wise?
Yeah, it's really tough for me. I couldn't go higher than a 5 with another familiarity hire, someone who's been with the team the past 3 years. It's hard to know exactly how much change you're going to get, and it feels like after a 7-10 season and falling short, even when we had 12-win seasons, that there's something major missing in game planning in big games. Right? We've been getting out game plan in big games. I need that
Yeah,
to be the thing you can change.
I'm with you on that one. I've got to stay right there with you at 5 on a comfort level, just because with my whole team, right? You got to show me. Now, obviously, with Dak Prescott, we're going to hope that he doesn't get hurt and go down for a number of 10 games again or whatever it was. And so if that happens, you hope to be a solid team. And if we do get to running the ball like he wants to, we shall see. Um, so you guys in the comments, thank you for being with us. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Let us know what you think about Brian Schottenheimer. Where's your comfort level? What's your, anticipations, predictions? Where do you think he's taking us? Was it a dud move? Does he have this guy even have a shot? And with that, we'll move right along to your brand new defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus. 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 I'm not, no, it's Eberflus. It's
Pretty sure it's
definitely
Eberflus. Here you go. We're going to
yeah.
take a look at his coaching background. Now, even more experience with the Dallas Cowboys. He spent a period of 7, 8 years there with the Cowboys from 2011 to 2017. Most recently, a head coach with the Chicago Bears. What do you see here, Coach?
So what I see here is I see that he spent some time with it looks like Sean Lee when he was our linebackers coach. I'll talk about a little bit about his philosophy. I want to say, from what I've looked into and what we've researched, it's a no-fly zone, right? The guy wants to, he wants to pair us running the ball and using play action and extending drives and scoring and getting ahead and manipulating the clock. Eberflus wants to pair the ability to take away the pass, the no-fly zone. So I think what you're going to get is a little bit of the Colts defense from 2018-19. That's all they did. They couldn't really stop the run. They like to run the ball with I can't remember the name of their running back, real stud. And then we
Joseph
got a
Adai.
most recent. Oh wow, Joseph Adai, what a name drop. Bears head coach. That's what you got to look at because what have you done for me lately? That's what we want to know. What have you done for me lately? What he did for the Bears, I could tell you this. He's a defensive minded head coach, and the Bears defense with a horrible offense, ranked first, ninth, and ninth while the man was there. So if he's a defensive minded head coach and with a horrible offense, he keeps his team top 10 in defense. Don't let our offense be any good. I can predict the top 10 defense at least.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit before going on here about the Bears. They didn't lose because they gave up 30 points. Caleb Williams wasn't putting a lot on the board for them, and they were in a lot of games. They lost a lot of games, but they
Right.
gave up 17, 20 points, like you said. They were ninth of
I'm
the
not
three
mad.
highest
Is
hopes for Eberflus.
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
New
That's
special teams coordinator Nick Sorensen.
so most recently with the 49ers, right? He comes from here's what I'm going to tell you about Nick Sorensen. I think we hired this guy because special teams wise, we got Brandon Aubrey. I think we're going to keep him. I don't know if the trade's going to happen with Fossil saying I want to trade for him and this nonsense. We're going to keep Brian Unger. Our special teams game will be there. How you want to coordinate it and do all that is one thing. Nick Sorensen's coming in because I believe we are picking this man's brain. Being a 49ers defensive assistant for the last couple years, and seeing what their defense was in 2022 and 23, I think you're going to get some of that. And then also, it looks like him and Shoddy have had some time together, which is probably why he gets the call, right? Shoddy says, "Hey, this guy's my buddy."
Sure, there
He
with the Jaguars, yeah.
picked the mind of Kyle Shanahan because maybe Shoddy wants to get into those run schemes, right? Run the ball like that. You also, if, like I said, when you look at the Niners defense in 22 and 23, they were ranked in the top five in all categories, top five. So I think he brings that along. And so
You're
what Nick
saying more for
Sorensen
that
is to me, go
that
ahead.
defensive knowledge more than special teams ace. Like I was going to put in very hard to replace John Fossil, who is a straight down and I mean a special teams magician. So
Right. No, you're right. One year as a special teams coordinator in
right,
Jacksonville, you didn't do anything special to go get another special teams job. What have you done for me lately? Well, from 22 to now, he's been with the Niners. I want to pick that brain. I want to pick the run game of Kyle Shanahan, and I'd like to know what they were doing with their linebackers and their defense to help Eberflus out. So yes, Nick Sorensen is a mouthpiece to Shoddy and Eberflus, in my opinion.
well, that's what we know for now on the three head coaches that we've or the three new coaches that we have hired, including head coach Brian Schottenheimer. We'll be back probably with a part two of this when we get an offensive coordinator. Today we had three smaller hires that we didn't touch on. Linebackers coach, I think a new
Right.
passing game coordinator is what it was. So we'll get around to those things.
Yeah, we
We just needed to
rehired our
drop this
tight
quick
end
video on you.
coach. Right. Yeah. Rehired the tight end coach, Linda Wells. So yeah, like Coach
So
said, we just wanted to drop this quick update, a little bit of info about these coaches, where they're coming from, what they might know, where they might help, where they might fault us. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to always fan responsibly. Right over there on Coach's side, if you just do those three things, then you're going to get some good stuff. You're going to get some fun. You're going to get some games. You're going to get some good content out of it. We've got an alarm going off in the background. We got to get out of here, guys. Coach, tell them what to always do.
I gotta fan responsibly.